Hi everyone, Happy New Year. I hope you all had healthy and happy holidays spending times with your loved ones, and welcome to 2020. I don't know about you, but 2019 was a pretty tough year for me. I'm so glad that it's over, and I'm just so excited to start the new year off on the right foot. There's something about a new year that is so inviting, so motivating, and so promising that encourage each of us to, want to improve ourselves in some ways. It's like a new beginning, a second chance to take a shot at something that you might have not succeeded in the past. And that's why it makes it so exciting to start a new year. So in an effort to continue this excitement, I wanted to share 15 things that you should look forward to in 2020. Number one on the list is the 2020 Summer Olympics. This year it's going to be held in Tokyo, Japan. The Olympics are leading international sporting events featuring summer and winter sports competitions in which thousands of athletes around the world participate in varieties of competitions representing their country. The Olympic Games are held every 4 years, with summer and winter games alternating by occurring every 4 years but 2 years apart. So this year it's summer, and 2022 it's going to be a winter one, and it's going to be in Beijing. And 2024 will be in Paris, which will be a summer, and 2026 will be in Italy, which will be a winter, and then we come back to the US in 2028, which will be held in Los Angeles, California. Number two on this list is the election. I know we're all eager for the election this year. As you all know, we have quite a few handful of candidates that are still running for presidencies in 2020. Our election happens every 4 years. For those who doesn't live in the US and are not familiar with what the election is, an election is like a formal group decision-making process by which, a population choose an individual to hold a public office. In the US case, we select our president. However, each president can only serve 2 terms, meaning each term will be 4 years, so they can only serve up to 8 years in their lifetime. These are all our candidates that are still running this year so far. Some have dropped out, but we still have a handful that are still in the running. Again, the official date for voting is 11/3, so November 3rd of this year. So go out there and vote, and let's make our voice heard. There's a few things on this list that I'm really excited about, this being one of them. Number 3 is the Mars 2020 mission. The Mars 2020 Rover mission is a part of the NASA Mars Exploration Program, a long-term effort of robotic exploration on the red planet. It will be there to address key questions about the potential life on Mars. It's not only seeking signs of inhabitable conditions on Mars in the ancient past, but also searching for signs of past microbial life itself. The mission's time for launch will be in early July and August of this year, when Earth and Mars is in a good position and relative for a good landing on Mars. So number 4 on this list is next generation video games will continue to be a cultural mainstream. We have PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series that are hitting sometimes in 2020. Much highly anticipated games such as Halo Infinite and Hellblade 2 for Xbox, and a new Call of Duty and Final Fantasy for PS5 will be coming out late this year as well. Number 5 on this list is the rise of the electric truck. We've already seen Tesla's version of it, and quite frankly, I'm not too impressed. I think it looks a little bit too futuristic for me. I don't know if I'm ready for that, but there are a few companies out there that are testing out a few of their own electric trucks. Companies such as Lordstown Motors and Rivian. GM will also be working on one of their own, but it will probably not be released to the public until 2021. Number 6 on this list is legal cannabis victory. As more states legalize adult consumption of either medical or recreational marijuana, some even predict that the cannabis sale will top the NFL's revenue by 2020. That's huge. We have more than a fifth of our country that are given the green light to recreational cannabis. States such as Alaska, California, Colorado, Maine, Massachusetts, Nevada, Oregon, and Washington. States like New York, New Mexico, Minnesota may also be fully legalized by 2020. Number 7 is also another one of my favorite, and that is NASA planning to launch a mission to put people on moon again in 2020. This will happen in 3 phases. So phase 1, the shuttle named Artemis 1 will be taking a trip around the moon and back, and then phase 2, Artemis will take the same path, but this time with people in it. And then the final phase, which will probably not happen until 2024. If everything goes smoothly, phase 3, Artemis 3 in 2024 will be the first on-crew mission to land on the moon in the 21st century. Number 8, if you are a book lover or maybe just a lover of the Hunger Games series, you will find this one very interesting. There's going to be a new Hunger Games book that will be coming out. Suzanne Collins, a new Hunger Games installment called The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, is scheduled to be published in May 2020, so look out for that. Now, I'm sure there's a lot of books that are going to be releasing in 2020, but this one is definitely one of the highly anticipated ones, since we all know how popular the series of the Hunger Games movies are. Number 9, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but 2020 is actually going to be a leap year. Now, I don't know a lot about a leap year, so I had to do a little bit of digging, and I'm sure some of you out there might not be familiar with this information as well, so I wanted to share it with you. Our standard calendar year is 365 days. The Earth actually takes 365 days, 5 hours, 48 minutes, and 46 seconds to go completely around the sun. This is a solar year. In order to keep the calendar cycle synchronized with the seasons, 1 extra day is usually added every 4 years as February 29th. So if you're born on a leap year, you may not get to celebrate your birthday every year like the rest of us, but it makes it that much special. Number 10 on this list is more and more companies that are growing into an earth-friendly and environmentally friendly and cautious type of company. You know, there's so many things that took place this year, including the march and the protests that are going around the world about climate change and climate control, that is really making a lot of the, companies out there starting to realize how much impact they have on the world. Companies such as Patagonia, Lush, Eileen Fisher, IKEA, and even Zara that are taking that pledge to become very sustainable companies. This one can be a little bit confusing and a little bit complicated. I don't really know it myself. I had to do a little bit of research, but if you don't follow the news, you might not know what it is really. And that is Brexit. So UK is planning to leave Europe by the 31st of January. Basically, it is a withdrawal of all the United States Kingdom, the UK, from the European Union. Now, this still has to pass by Parliament. If it isn't going to pass, the UK could have no deal with Brexit, which can put them at risk of a recession. Now, I'm sure that this is going to change a lot of people's lives out there if it does take place, and I can only hope for the best for those people that are going to be affected by this. Now, this one's going to be for your beauty lovers out there, myself included, and that is the beauty trends that are coming in 2020. This one I'm definitely starting to see already, the retro hair flip. The next one is euphoric makeup. This makeup is very popular right now, all around social media, on YouTube, and even in real life. The next one is genderless fluid products. So what this is a lot of makeup companies out there are really targeting not just female audience, male makeup artists out there as well, which I think is very progressive and is an exciting step for a lot of, male makeup artists out there. Next is statement braids. Now, this one is sort of one of those this one will probably be one of those styles that will never go away. It will always be popular because it really does look good at any decade. I think this year we will continue to see a lot of 90s and 2000s styles circulating, and definitely more natural makeup with pops of colors to bring sort of the whole look together. For the music lovers out there, number 13 is for you. There's so many new albums and new soundtracks that are coming out this year. Some of the more highly anticipated one includes Kesha, that will be coming out early this year on January 10th, which is called High Road. Her new album is described as folky beauty of rainbow with a sassy rap pop. Halsey is one that I'm really excited about for this year. Her album Manic will be hitting stores on the 17th of January. She described it as an album about female rage, but don't expect a record of screaming stompers. She also called it bright and colorful. Green Day will also be coming out with their new album this year on February 7th. You can expect LaRue with her album titled Supervision. We have Cardi B that will be coming out as well with no title as of yet. Lana Del Rey is another one that I'm excited about. Her album White Hot Forever, with no release date as of yet. Blackpink will also be coming out later this year as well. Dua Lipa, J. Cole. Most exciting one of all that I cannot wait to hear is Lady Gaga. Her album will be coming out later this year as well. For you movies lovers out there, number 14 is for you. There's so many new movies that are coming out this year, and I'm so excited for all of them. Some of the more anticipated movies that are coming out later this year will be Wonder Woman 1984, Black Widow, we have Birds of Prey, Mulan, which is the one that I'm very looking forward to, A Quiet Place 2, and if you're a James Bond fan, James Bond movie No Time to Die will be coming out later this year as well, and many, many, many more movies, so look out for that. Number 15, last but not least, this is a new decade. So a decade is a period of every 10 years, and 2020 marks a new decade of another 10 years. We have another 10 whole years to shape our future, set trends, and make history for our next generation. Whatever we decide to attach to this decade will forever be associated with the 2020s. We are here to change the future and not the past. So let's go out there and do it and leave our fears behind in 2019.